So this is the start of a pretty famous side quest. You can actually get a pretty useful item here, although I only usually use it at one point in the game. It's pretty easy for me to forget that you only have to get 3 items for him. Like, get all the flowers for him in this trading side quest. And that's how you get the inventory item. I guess the problem I had with activating this was that you had to talk to the kids first and then the teacher. But they shouldn't make it so obtuse. Like, she should say whatever she's going to say to activate this quest, regardless of whether you talk to the kids yet or not. So yeah, this is pretty novel because most people do the hide and seek thing a lot earlier in the game than I'm doing. It's kind of annoying because it's not like you can continuously L-target them and make it so that you're always running after them no matter what direction you're moving in. With this you kind of have to hope. I did not mean to talk to them. They give you gossip, like that basically gives you hints. Like, I think they tell you about the merchants that start the trading side quests. I always thought that that was a girl. And even now I have trouble not calling. I was about to call him her. Like, I was so disappointed when I found out that was actually not a girl. Like, sure, the hair is short, but like the voice clip sounds like a girl, and like the face is girlish. Like, I don't know why I thought that a gang of kid troublemakers had a girl in it, but I guess that serves me right for thinking the game was trying to be a little bit progressive. I don't know. It's just a disappointment. But yeah, I don't like any of these kids at all. They just come off as brats to me. And, like, they kind of change a little bit. But I still don't like them very much. I don't know. And this mission is pretty annoying. Well, side quests, more like. Because, like, it's just hard to run into them. Because they just run, they zigzag so much. Like, they're trying the same strategy that you are. I'm sure a lot of people got stuck with trying to get Ivan out of the tree because they didn't know that he was hiding up there. Like, how are you supposed to know that he's hiding up there? I kind of like how the piece of heart says different things depending on how many of them you have. So, this is basically a teacher whose main quirk is basically that she loves jewelry. I don't understand why we have to go through all of this just to be able to give her pendants. I mean, if she loves joy pendants so much, why do I have to find out that she likes joy pendants before I can give her joy pendants? This is such blatant padding. And this isn't even a side quest I'm wasting time with. This is something that's mandatory to get the Cabana Deed, that's mandatory to beat the game. So, yeah. So basically these guys make a heel-face turn. They're apparently not going to cause trouble anymore. Although I don't really, like, it's not like you ever see them in the school. Minish Cap did a much better job with portraying a school because it actually had kids in the classroom. And it's not like they're on summer vacation in this game or anything. The teacher complains about the kids not being in school, but the so-called well-behaved gossipy girl kids, they're not there either. I think I remember them being in there during the Endless Night, or maybe the school is closed then. A lot of things change in Windfall Island after you save the girls. For one, that annoying poor guy is rich now. Because, apparently, I was about to call her Magnolia. His daughter, Maggie, she's actually, apparently a moblin romanced her and gave her a huge amount of skull necklaces. Now I kind of support her because, you know, like, it's a romance, so I guess why not? But like, it is a monster that she's getting involved with. And it's so confusing because the end of this side quest basically reveals that the moblin wants to eat her, except then why did he give her all those necklaces then? Why would you go through that much trouble giving her a whole bunch of necklaces if you just plan on eating her? Like, why not just eat her right away? And why was the moblin able to get there? I mean, he has hands, so I guess he could have pushed the door open.
But how did he send the letter? There's no post box on Forsaken Fortress.
Why would a moblin even be into a human anyways? Like, wouldn't he not be able to be attracted to her? I like how they bother to have an animation for when you put the wrong item in a post box. The post box is pretty amusing because it actually moves around and stuff to tell you that there's something in it, which is a good visual indicator. This actually isn't mandatory. It tells you where the Triforce charts are, but and like it marks them off the map helpfully. I like this. Like, I like how this letter, it expands upon their characters, the pirates. But the annoying thing is that I'd much rather see the pirates and their characterization rather than just have Ariel tell me about it in a letter. Like, I get it, the pirates are softies. They're not real pirates. I guess the letter kind of makes you think about what would Ariel be like if she decided to use that experience and become a pirate herself. But pirates are criminals, aren't they? Like, why is this game trying to get us to want sweet old Ariel to become a pirate? A thief of the sea. I don't really know why I'm showing this off and not showing it off in the extra part. But this is basically a prelude to the kind of, I guess I'll call them mini dungeons that you have to go through to get the Triforce charts. Cause like the mini dungeons for the Triforce charts, you have this one main room and then a whole bunch of doors that lead to one room. And here, like, I don't know what the layout of this place is, but it feels like you can go into a whole bunch of different doors. Like it kind of feels like you can skip rooms. Like, I don't know. In the game's original E3 trailer, Link wore clothes in the style of Link from Zelda 1. And concept art for this game shows plenty of unused designs for Tetra. Kinda reminds me of how many unused designs there were for Midna. Although there weren't nearly as many. And beta screenshots show Link with blue eyes like he had no Ocarina of Time. I guess it would have, like, I guess he would have kind of looked unsettling with blue eyes because of the art style. I mean, he already has his eyebrows visible through his hair. How does that work? He would look weird with pupils and a proper eye color. And Nintendo consulted an animator retired from Toei Animation who worked on Toei films of the 60s for art direction. That's why the game's shell shading style is so different from and more polished than other games' cell shading. So that's pretty interesting. I don't like how it's so easy to mistake the exit door for the door that you need to go into across from here, because they look exactly the same. Why can't that door just look different? And because this is just a prototype of the mini dungeon of the Triforce charts, the jars over there don't give you nearly as much money as they would normally. Like, there's 10 rupees in there. I guess there's close to 10 rupees in these other jars. This is pretty interesting. Like, you never really do anything like that ever again. Like shooting bombs that are really high up a wall for a certain result. I'm not really sure how you'd think to look there, though. When you beat a boss in the first 2 dungeons, the first few notes of the final hours music from Majora's Mask play, but slowed down. I don't understand why she only waited until now to allow me to get the ice and fire arrows. I mean, didn't I have the bow the last time I came here? I know I did because I warped here. I really like this cutscene though. I like the cute, charming, but also creepy music that plays. I don't know why she doesn't have any eyes. Like, that kind of makes her look creepy. And what's that doll she's holding? Like, I guess it's an actual doll, but, like, she crushes it. And, like, magic power comes out of it. And, like, it's a doll of, I'm assuming it's her mother? Or something like that? Because it's a doll of a great fairy. I don't really like how this happens. Like, the fairies rush into him, and his pain cry plays. And that combined with the sound that they make when they go into him, it kind of makes me cringe for him. Like, I don't understand why that was really necessary. But yeah, the ice and fire arrows are much more useful in this game than they were in the previous games. Especially the ice arrows. Like, not only are they mandatory to beat the game, but the ice arrows can, like they're pretty useful. Like, they can freeze enemies, and it's pretty sweet. And I like that look on his face, and how the how the boat looks at him. I don't understand why she does that though. Like, that pose before she disappears. And she, like, hangs down limply. Like, did she die? That's the confusing thing about the fairies. Like, do they die when they help you? And if so, why would they help you? Also, the Fairy Queen looks a lot like Fee. But yeah, we're at the point in the game where, for the sake of padding, they decide to make you go through 2 mini dungeons to get 2 items that are mostly only needed for getting to the temples. Not that I'm complaining, because the temples are some of the worst parts in the game. I don't really like this whole time limit concept. Like, really, what's the point of it? Like, we froze the fire coming out of the volcano and made it destroyed. I'm not really sure how that would solve the root problem of, because the fire is coming in, the fire's coming out from inside the volcano. And we just froze apart the outside of it. And that's not even getting into the fact that we shouldn't be able to freeze fire, because, you know, wouldn't the ice be melted by the fire? But yeah, I don't really see why they should have a time limit in areas like this. It just puts unnecessary pressure on you. Especially when it takes so unnecessarily long to climb up this mountain. And I don't like how it's like the color it is, because I would prefer it if it was brown, because that way it would feel a lot more like an actual volcano, because volcanoes are usually brown in fiction. But here it just looks like boring dark rock. It feels kind of underwhelming for a volcano level. I like backflipping into holes to make it look epic. The thing is, I think if you fall into it and then bring out the Dooku Leaf right away, you can fall into it much faster because it loads you up there much faster. And you can actually jump onto the walls to the right of the platforms and then just jump off and fly here with the Dooku Leaf to get faster there. Like, in general, there are a lot of walls that you can actually walk on, or even clip through in this game. Which is pretty useful to know as a speedrunner. But yeah, here we get the power bracelets. Obviously, they allow you to pick up giant boulders. The main thing is that you can't keep on running when you have them above your head. It's just like in every other game with them, like Link's Awakening and Minish Cap. Well, Minish Cap, they would allow you to push things. I think it would have been a great testament to Link's strength when he's holding them, to like allow him to walk around normally when he has the boulders in his hands. Like, I think that would have been cool. But instead, he can't really. And like the weird thing is, it just strengthening his wrists. But you think that his back and stuff would be damaged from it, from carrying that heavy thing.